I, Gladys Wanga, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee in respect of matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
As provided for in Standing Order number 104, or conflict of interest as defined in the Public Officer Ethics Act, I think it's section 12.1.
So right now you said, for us to put a government project, and this is the law, for you to put a government project on land, you have to have the title in the name of the county government, so that you don't run into this kind of challenge. So definitely there was an oversight there. As far as the expenditures are concerned, Chairman, in addition to what was paid on 11.5, there's been costs of fencing, civil works within the compound, and drilling and equipping of a borehole at Igoto, totaling to 10.5 million in addition to the 11.5 million. And therefore, that comes to 22 million.
Why was the equipment not delivered at the time of audit?
Chair, I can only say that we do not have a plausible explanation as to why the equipment was not delivered even after actual payment of about 40%.
So you've given someone 16 million. If I was to put it in a fixed deposit account for 5-6 years, I would make quite some money out of it. You ordered an equipment 7 years ago, it comes today. Isn't it obsolete? And it's the same mantra that delivered eventually. Auditor General, the machinery that was supposed to be delivered in Homabay disappeared from the audit report. Governor, was the machinery delivered? Because that matter has appeared in past audit reports, and for some reason in 2019-2020, it does not appear. Machinery, it was paid for around the same time as Arujo, and it had not been delivered. And Governor, do we have a machinery in Homabay?
Chair, we do not have a machinery in Homabay or in any part of Homabay County.
Auditor General, this matter appeared in your earlier audit reports. How did it not recur? Because the first issue we started with was prior year audit issues. And we expect that you keep tracking prior year audit issues. And the machinery is an issue of such great concern to the people of Homabay, and it forms part of that integrated framework we are talking about. Machinery, animal feeds, maize, milling. It was an integrated, thought process. So how come that machinery does not appear in our audit reports anymore? So Governor, you don't have to wait for the Auditor General to flag it. Please, through your CC for Agriculture, who is a competent man, you could follow up and find out the status of that particular project.
I'll first begin by getting to the answers that you're raising around why these people did not deliver at the time when they were supposed to deliver. Because we are no longer sure whether this equipment will be useful. We're going to try, because we don't want to lose anything that was already there in the past. That was already paid, but we don't know whether it will work. So LAG and the assembly can.
That would be better than to be so used to being my presidential campaign.
Yeah, this is really a mess, and I think this is the reason why you are elected into office, to clean up the mess. And it is now upon us as Senate to pronounce ourselves on what should happen to those who incurred wasteful expenditure, those who stayed with county money for 7 years, only for what to deliver at the last minute. But you are making the mess worse, Governor, because you have those containers delivered. The OAG has talked about inspection. So once goods are delivered, you can't pretend they've not been delivered. You must inspect them. You must accept them as a basis for invoicing. If one says they had machines inside the containers and they installed them, you'll be in problems. You can't close your eyes to that fact. So what's your undertaking on the machines that have been delivered?
we brought back the contractor who had abandoned the site, this animal feed site, to come and finish, complete. Actually, we gave him up to February this month to complete the roofing of the building, because we wanted to set, just like we did with Kigoto, we wanted to set the animal feed on a path of installation as soon as we could, because we felt the people of Homabay had lost out for a while. The only other challenge that we now face with the extension of the runway is the issue of this being on a flight path. We therefore must take a deliberate decision to move. If we take a deliberate decision to move, we want to move within the industrial park. The industrial park is not a distant, it's not in the far future, because we have already agreed that in the new year there is a conditional grant of about 100 million for purposes of industrial parks to every county. We are not waiting even for the 100 million to come. Currently, as we speak, we have already begun discussions to see how we can fence out our industrial park and see whether we can move with speed to install the things we already have, like the animal feed. So this is a conversation that is ongoing. I only raised the issue of the flight path because I didn't want to come back here maybe a year from now and face the question of why was the plant not where it is. But it is a matter that is very, very present in our mind, and we do have a plan. I'm just not, I didn't want to discuss it as a concrete plan without having already consolidated within our internal mechanisms so that we will move on a known path. So we're going to have an animal feed. This equipment, we're not going to come back here and say this equipment is still in a container. We're going to come back with a report that we have inspected and accepted based on the fact that the equipment is actually functioning.
I think we have taken a different approach where we can discuss issues, where we can find out what policy and legislative steps Senate should take. And I hope that out of this conversation, we have identified a few areas, not just for the county to work on, but for the Senate to work on. But the bulk of the work is in your hands. You have full authority as a CEO of the county, whereas today we are urging you to be proactive. 2-3 years down the line, it will be your monkey that will be dealing with. So, as we said at the beginning, this is not your mess. Your job is to clean it up. If you don't clean it up, it will become your mess. We are praying that it does not become your mess. To the many faces that have come from the country, I see that you've got now a sense of relief that it's finally over. I saw some familiar faces. I've never seen Osuri Sortens or Sila, my friend Sortens. I hope that we have picked 1 or 2 things that we can implement back at home. Because it is now exactly 2:30, the meeting is adjourned.